And hello, humans, and welcome to this episode of What's the Pitch? I'm Kevin, and I'm joined again with Eddy, Cesar, and for one more time here, Natalie. Say hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
So I'm just going to cut to the chase because I feel like this one's going to need a lot of extra time to break down and analyze. And I need you to understand that the inflection in the title is very important, because if you read it two different ways, it's going to mean two different things entirely.
I hate this already.
No, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. The title is called Inside You. Not inside you, inside you.
What? What's the difference?
You'll know.
Inside you?
Because if I said Eddy, it's like if I say, Eddy, I want to be inside you. Or I say, Eddy, I will always be inside you.
Wait.
There's two different ways. There's two different ways that you can read it.
Have you guys seen the Pink Panther?
Of course.
You know the part where the woman goes, "Oh, it's you," and it's like someone's name, not like you. That's what I thought of.
Okay,
Oh
so is you a person in this thing, in this movie? You as a person?
No.
No.
I think I know what Eddie's saying. It's not inside you as in having sex penetration, but inside you in your heart.
Oh.
I think it's up to us, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I want you to understand that the change in inflection in the way it's being told.
Well, I have an idea, and it involves both.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay? This is a movie produced by Blumhouse.
Okay.
Inside you, where there's this thing, I don't want to call it a creature, but let's say like a spirit or a disease, right? That takes over people. Like, have you ever seen...
Like it follows?
Like it follows, like that.
Okay, so this is a horror movie, and something lives inside you.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
But there has to be a twist where this, whatever this is, it feels like love. So people don't want to get rid of it. Something like that.
Okay.
I need somebody to pick it up from there.
Can it also feel pain? So I think it should feel whatever is inside you, whatever you feel it feels. So maybe one of the only ways to get rid of it is to hurt yourself to the point where this thing wants to leave your body, because inside of your body it's dangerous. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is dark.
So yes. So maybe there's people who have it and they have to ask their friends to like hurt them physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever it is.
Ooh, I
that
love
thing
this.
feels so much pain that it has to leave that body and find a new vessel to carry it. You know what I mean?
And then what ends up happening is that a lot of people don't want to hurt
the people they
don't
love.
want to hurt their friends.
Yes.
So then the person itself has to become sort of a villain to get others to hurt him.
Yes.
But the problem is,
like Venom. It's like Venom.
You can't go too far though, because then you'll die. You don't want to die. You just want this thing inside you to leave.
Okay.
And there has to be a sequence. There has to be a sequence in the movie where the person actually tries to hurt itself, but the whatever is inside them won't let.
Okay. So yes.
So it has to be others.
Yes, there has to be others. So is there only one of these, or is there multiple of these monsters that go inside you?
I feel like it should be one, and then it has to be something where like this is the reveal at the end of the movie what this is.
Okay.
Like it has to be from the friend's perspective, where it's like, why is this person acting so strange?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like an isolated incident, not a pandemic.
No,
yes.
I think it should be a one.
Said the P word.
One incident, but
I know I said it. Sorry, not to use that word. Excuse me. It's not a phenomenon.
Yes. It has to be in a place that's like small enough that like it's a community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
how about like the mountains, like a mountain town?
A mountain town. Okay, a mountain town. Perfect.
You know, so it's a little isolated. It's a little backward still.
Yes.
You know.
I like that. Can we do so I guess there's two mountains, right, in America, like the Appalachians, the Rockies, there's West Coast, East Coast. What kind of people are we talking? Like
That I do
hippies
not
in
know.
Colorado,
No, this
Or-
should be like in North Carolina.
North Carolina. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So
Oh
we're
my
talking about
goodness.
like country people from North Carolina up in the mountains, and they pretty much live there because they want to be away from society in the big city. They don't really like that stuff.
They don't
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
They
This
don't
is a
like
story
that.
about like teenagers or like young adults. So they're kind of like they're feeling a little trapped already. And then this
Yeah.
starts happening and no one believes.
And it
them.
has to be like a group of friends that they really care for each other. So it's harder for the person infected to get other people to hurt him.
So
Wow,
I have a
yeah.
question. Does when the infection starts, is there an incident, like maybe someone else was infected and then when they managed to
Yes.
kill themselves, they had to find like a new host?
Yes.
Yes.
So
That'll
you
be
know
the
what?
inciting
suggest-
incident, a
Yes.
suicide.
Can I suggest that a suicide?
Yes.
'Cause I think this would be really cool if you do a Western. It's morbid as hell, but you have a cowboy and has like marks all over his body and he's been like trying to like stab himself with the spurs and it's not working from his
Oh my
cowboy boots. So he's looking at his horse and he sees like a withered stump of a tree. So he ties his wrists together and has a lasso at the end and whips the lasso that's tied to his wrists to the horse and it's
My
around
God.
Oh
and
my
it's around
God.
it's around the yeah, bro. Let me finish this because it'll be really intense. This is how we're setting the tone for this film.
Wow.
So the lasso goes onto the saddle of the horse and it hooks onto the saddle, and he has his arms around the stump, and all of a sudden he just has a gun in his hand and he fires it into the air to scare the horse, and when the horse runs, it just rips his arms off, and he like bleeds out on the floor because the thing can't stop the bleeding.
Whoa.
That's how the
And
movie
then-
starts.
That's how it starts. Yes.
Are you good,
then-
Kevin? Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Are you okay, man?
Yo, this quarantine
Do you
is
want to
getting
talk?
crazy. It's getting crazy.
No, but that's a great start. And then
Mhm.
whoever has the thing inside them, they
Mhm.
go to this house because maybe it's the only person that has managed to get the thing out of them and survived. But it's like the crazy in town. And in that house, there's a picture of the cowboy. Oh, that was my great grandpa.
Wow.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So do they have it now? Did that spirit jumped into them?
I don't know. We have to figure out the ending. Once they find out that this is a thing inside them, that they need to hurt it so it leaves,
Yes.
Mhm.
what happens?
Well, I'm imagining this like not necessarily being a spirit, but like a creature, like kind of like
Ooh.
a parasite type
Yeah.
creature, and
Like
it's
Venom.
a matter
It's Venom.
of like yes, of like getting it out. But then the twist can be kind of like morbid melancholy, where like or like weird, where like they befriend the thing, where it's like we don't have to kill it. Like once it's out of my body, I realize that it's like a defenseless creature that just needed somewhere to like live and then become its friend.
Have you ever heard of this worm that goes inside like grasshoppers and gets them to commit suicide?
Yes. I have.
Yes.
Maybe something like that, but instead of committing suicide, the way to get the creature, as Natalie's saying it, out is to drown the person or like almost drown them and take him out of the water. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because as
Yeah.
they're dying, the creature comes out of them.
Yes. And
Okay.
that's how they extract it.
Ew.
Okay, I feel like my problem with this right now is why do people not want this creature inside of them? Because you're making it seem like it's a nice creature that does nice things. Like it has to do something bad to you, no?
I think you need what we're missing is an arc for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we've established now what the creature is, but now who are the players?
Yes. So I think it has to be teenagers,
Mhm.
like older teenagers, because this is a little horror movie kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So like one of the main characters, fucking Rusty, I don't know. He's
Yes.
from the fucking Boondocks.
Okay.
Rusty and his friends who are like off like smoking weed and shit, they have to go to their uncle's house, this cowboy that died, to like collect the things before the funeral. They go to this
Okay.
house thinking all they're gonna do is collect these things, but as soon as they walk in, the main character, Rusty, starts feeling very weird. And it's because this monster inhabited his body now. And all of his friends are like, hey, man, are you okay? What's going on? He's like, bro, I think I hit this blunt too hard. Like, I'm not feeling really good. I just got to sit down. So now it's like following them. And there's a group, you know, and there has to be 4 or 5 of them. Probably 2 girls that are like really hot that all the guys want to be with. And then these guys. And then these guys start acting very weird with these girls. But it's not because they're weird, but it's because there's monster inside of them.
Yes. But it has to be like, if we do the Venom comparison, there has to be like an advantage to having the monster inside you, but also a drawback.
Yes, I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, you make it like a drug, like they feel things more powerful than they normally would.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a type of thing where it's like, there is a high, but then there's the come down, and then the come down is where the dark shit starts happening. So this movie could start off being very different. You have this violent beginning, but then it cuts to the future. These kids are having fun. They start feeling weird, but it feels good. Like limitless shit. They're feeling amazing. It feels awesome.
Yes.
Oh my God. Like they're living life. Things are exciting in their boring little lives finally. And then they reach a point where one of the friends, whatever the dark side of this starts happening. They start harming themselves. They start, going insane.
Maybe something negative happens in their life, and then they feel it so much more that it starts like crippling their day-to-day.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And then we get into the part where like the guy figures out that there's something inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he realizes he needs to get it out.
You know what we need here? Let's say our first main character that we followed this entire time, Rusty or whatever his name is, he finds out he has this monster inside of him and he needs to get it out, but he doesn't know what it is yet because we haven't learned what it is. So he tries to hurt himself to get it out, but in trying to do so, what if he actually does kill himself? And listen to me, now that he kills himself, the monster spirit leaves his body and goes into one of the other friends. And when this other friend wants to get it out of his body, he asks one of his like, girlfriends, like, hey, please, I need you to hurt me to get this out of me. And she's like, I can't do that because the last time someone tried to hurt themselves, he died, and I don't want you to die. And he has to get upset and almost violent with this girl and say, I'm going to kill you if you don't get this out of me.
Damn, I
love
love
desperate
this.
to get it out.
This
but
is so dark.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt you.
This is great.
What about this?
There's layers here,
Yeah,
absolutely. There's layers.
There's metaphors here.
There has to be a part, since everything is heightened, there has to be a part where he's really hungry and he tries to eat his own dog.
Oh
my God.
That's dark, bro.
And that's, he stops himself right before, and that's where he's like, oh shit, this shit is not as good as I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where they'll do anything to get it out of him.
I love this idea. I think there's a few things that need to like be worked out, but all in all, I think it's super solid for a horror film, especially because you don't get a lot of Western horror films. So I don't know about you guys. I think in my book, this is greenlit already. I love it.
Let's get it.
I'm ready. Yeah. So this film's greenlit. We're ready to go.
Okay.
I feel like horror movies with just like a name inside you, and that's a horror movie. Like people would watch it on Netflix immediately.
Yeah,
this definitely is like Netflix horror.
Very Netflix horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know your audience, really.
Yeah, exactly. Make of that what you will. It's definitely a Netflix horror movie.
All right, so I consider this movie greenlit, and I guess we'll see you guys next time.